The sea covers over 2/3 of the planet's surface. Yet we know more about space and the universe than we do about our own oceans. Between the states of Connecticut and New York is the Long Island Sound, a naturally protected channel into New York City used for over hundreds of years. The Sound's rich maritime history has played a significant role in the growth of our country. Join us as we explore its unsung residents and its forgotten history. Captain Dennis here, and today we're going to Sabo'S Rocks. I call this location Sabo'S Rocks as it was given to me by a fisherman by the name of Eddie Sabo. He's been fishing around here for quite a while and says this is a great spot. I found it strange that there were these large stones, some of the size of cars and some the size of your couch. Another gentleman by the name of Mr. Curtis told me that this site has been passed down from generation to generation in his family as a great blackfish spot. I won't tell you where it is, but I will tell you it's underwater. The story from Mr. Curtis is this was an old stone barge that sank. And after today's dive, I'm beginning to think that's probably the case. Now this site is right in the middle of a sandy, flat bottom. It doesn't make any sense for rocks this size to be around here naturally. So odds are, something sank or lost its load. These sites are great fishing spots. They create a habitat, and fish love structure, so there's so much life here. Here is a prime example of why I love diving so much. It's quite possible this bottle's been here for 100 years. The Sound is littered with bottles. Salt water does nothing to glass, so you can take a glass bottle and clean it up, and it may look like the day it went in the water. You can also tell how old the bottle is based on the construction of the mouth, the sides, and the bottom of the bottle. This is a green Virginia Dare soft drink bottle. I'll be sure to check it out on Google when I get home. Here's an example as to why I have to keep this site secret. There he is. Didn't see him at first, did ya? I came across a blackfish, but I was too slow with my camera to catch him. You may be surprised as to what we run into next. These are sea anemones, the same kind you would see in the Great Barrier Reef in Australia or in the Keys in Florida. And shoot, you can't have a sea anemone by himself. Let's give him a friend there. There he is. They can just sit down there and talk all day about all the plankton they're eating. I've come across these guys before too. Very interesting, but very fast. So keep an eye on them. As Mr. Curtis was telling me, this was an old barge that sank, and I'm coming across a few pieces of steel wreckage that are wedged down underneath the rocks. It's important to respect history when you come across it. Some mercenary divers will destroy history to make a few bucks on scrap metal. Instead of being armed with hammers, most divers bring cameras nowadays. Again, this color orange lets me know that it's either iron or steel, as those are the colors that it corrodes. Had it been green, it could be brass or copper. And here we have the roaming nomad, the crab that carries his house wherever he goes. It's a little hermit crab. He seems... oh. For some reason, there were hordes and hordes of sea stars. Now, I don't know if it's something in the water, but they sure like this location. And if you think there's a lot here, just keep watching. Oh, that's nothing. There's still more sea stars. And underneath this rock, we have the always skittish lobster. They're nocturnal creatures, and they tend to stay under their rock until the sun goes down, where they can roam around and scavenge for food. Oh, this guy again. And we have a sea urchin. We have sea urchins here in the sound as well. About the size of a golf ball, but in some spots and certain times of the year, they're very plentiful. Well, unfortunately, we're at the end of our dive. So I'm going to make my way back up to the boat and say thanks for checking us out once more. You can find us on Facebook.com/Squalus Marine Divers, or you can find us on YouTube under Squalus Marine. Until the next dive, I'm Captain Dennis with Squalus Marine Divers.